the town of our
Hey, here we are. Look at this. New overlay. There's a background video that's playing somewhere. And we have an incredible fucking guest joining us today. This is episode 1 of our, still don't have a name for this Fallout Season 2 recap series that we're doing.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Fall in the podcast.
Fall in line talking about Fallout. No, it's a bit. No, it's a bit much. That's a bit much.
You know what? The pieces are there.
Pieces are there. Yeah.
Yeah,
Anyway.
you'll figure it out.
Let's introduce our guest. First off, my name's Robert. His name is Mike. But we've got, and actually, I should have asked this beforehand. Is it TKs-Mantis or is it TKs-Mantis?
It is. Okay, so
TK.
a lot. Yeah, it's TKs-Mantis. A lot of people, like honestly, they say TKs and it makes sense because the S is lowercase. I didn't invent that tag. That is a clan tag, gaming faction tag from back in the day.
Yeah.
I started my channel posting these F Online videos from our gamer clan where we would play Fallout Online, which is like Fallout 1 and 2 mixed together and then put online. You do different quests. And we were the cons, and so we shortened it to TKS. And then I'm not so much affiliated with them anymore. I haven't been in years, but the name still sticks, and it makes the Mantis part unique because there's tons of Mantises, but with the TKS in front of it, it's always me. So there you go. Like, so I was just like, oh, I'll keep it. But so a lot of people say TK, like they'll say, hey, TK, and I'm like, yeah, that works. But
it's like when somebody
it is supposed to be
when you
TKS,
watch an interview of somebody talking to CM Punk and they refer to him as CM. And you're like, that's weird.
It is a little bit like that. I feel like that one's worse. Because
Like,
it's weird, 'cause it's not his first name, but I guess you could say the same about TKS. So.
Yeah.
Mantis is like the Mantis part is what counts.
Yeah.
That's the one.
Like if you're gonna like hit CM Punk with anything, like you gotta address him properly with his full name, Charles Montgomery Punk.
Exactly.
Thank you. That's what I call him too. I'm
you.
a big Simpsons mark. So
This is
yeah, Simpsons wrestling and Fallout. That's just fucking. That's literally my personality. So.
But
welcome,
honestly,
brother. Welcome home.
And they made the
One
Simpsons
of us.
wrestling, and it's the worst fucking thing. So.
Yo, yeah, that's bad, but it's charming in the sense of it's cool. I like the artwork with it. I like the character models and like the levels, like Moe's Tavern. I like the way it all looks. Playing it is a fucking chore, but visually, I'm like, oh, that looks so neat. And then you play it, and you're like, oh man, it could have been so cool. It could have been so good.
Honestly, like, because I know you're a wrestling guy, and I saw the TKS and with the lowercase s, and I was like, there's no goddamn way that stands for Tony Khan's Mantis, right?
No,
that'd be weird.
No, before I've had the moniker for maybe 12 years, 13 years. So it would have been before I heard of Tony.
Yeah.
Nothing against Tony. Never met him or anything like that. But
like a nice
no,
guy.
I didn't name myself. I think to a fault, he seems like a nice guy. Let's put it that way. Yeah.
Oh, but yeah, we are here with TKs-Mantis. Massive fucking He's the Fallout guru, the Starfield Sensei, the Outer
I'm the
Worlds
self-appointed
Oracle.
Oh shit! There you go. That's a new one. I'll throw that in there. I'm self-appointed Fallout guru. A lot of people have been like, "Oh, you're the Fallout guru." Like they say it like pejoratively. I don't know if that's even the fucking right word actually to use, but like they say it negatively, like, "Oh, you're the Fallout guru," and I'm like, it was just a cute name because I wanted something in my. So many people had cool shit in their bio where it's like, I'm executive producer at fuckshitup.com, and I'm like, okay, I want something cool like that, like, oh, Fallout guru, that because it explains what my channel is about, like immediately. Somebody that's going to talk about. But then like guru, I guess, has different like connotations because there's like dating gurus that like that like try to like go out there.
Yeah, Mike
and
Myers.
people have like
the love guru.
Yeah, love guru, like shit like that, and I'm like, no, not like that, not that kind of guru.
Mariska Hargitay.
See, I never saw that one. I stopped. The Mike Myers train for me, I think, stopped after the third Austin Powers. That's the last. I don't watch a lot of movies, so it's not that they're bad. I just I think that's the last one I saw, like most recent of his.
Fair enough.
Love that series though.
Fair enough. Well, Mantis, we've got a question that we ask all of our first time guests on the podcast, and it's first game, favorite game. But since this is a special limited series, got to switch it up a little bit. What was your first Fallout game, and what is your favorite Fallout game?
I played Fallout 2 first. in 1998 or 9. I think it was 99. And yeah, I was over at my friend's brother's house. I mean, I was over at my friend's house, and his older brother was on the PC in the family room, and they were playing Fallout 2, and I just like stopped and stared at it for a couple of hours. I had never seen a video game like that. I was like 10 or 11 at the time, and they let me play it for a couple hours, which is why I technically played that one first. But then I borrowed both Fallout and Fallout 2, the discs, brought them over to my house, did the super installation, so I didn't need the discs anymore. Brought them back to them.
Nice.
And then I just played it forever. And then I played the first one and went to the second one. But my favorite is New Vegas because I think with the modern Fallouts, it captures that vibe that I remember from the classic games the most. And Fallout 3 is a great game. I credit it for revitalizing the series and being stellar. But New Vegas captured that classic Fallout feel the best for me. Yeah. And I hadn't seen that in Fallout 3. It had its own atmosphere, its own vibe. So coming back to that classic feel was like, oh, I remember all of these things. You're talking about the hub and Shady Sands. I remember these things. You know, it was like an NCR, nostalgia. So, yeah.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Oh, yeah. That's our first, answer of the season. And a follow-up question, what should we name this little limited series? You know, you can think about that for now, and we can we'll bring it up later on.
I'll think about that. So, are you talking about the limited series of your podcast about the Fallout show?
Yeah, yeah.
All right, I will think of. I'll try to think of something.
We'll think.
Sorry if I don't.
No, we'll ask everybody from every episode, and then by the end of the season, we'll have a name for it. You know, that'll be good. That'll probably fine. Hey there, Robert. Just wanted to cut in here before we get to the meat of the episode. This is your first time joining us here at Storymoders. Welcome in, welcome in. If you like what you're seeing, if you like our discussions that we're having with TKs-Mantis, myself and Mike, maybe consider dropping us a sub. Not only will you get notified for all the episodes of this series that we're going to be doing about Fallout Season 2, but we also have a weekly video game podcast, myself and Mike, usually a different guest with a different topic each week, just talking about something gaming related that we enjoy. Who knows, maybe you're going to find your new fourth favorite video game related-ish podcast. Never know. So if you like what you see, if you want to hear more about Fallout and other video games, drop us a sub here at Storymoders, and you can find us everywhere on social medias. It's Storymoders on BS, that's Blue Sky Sim, over on Facebook, Instagram, kind of everywhere. And enjoy the rest of the episode. Mantis is here, the Fallout Guru. We are talking about Fallout Season 2, Episode 1. I believe it's called The Visitor?
The Innovator.
The Innovator. Because that's not what pops up at the beginning of the episode. Though.
Yeah.
It's like
no, what pops up is the man who knew.
Yeah.
And I think they're introducing, obviously, Mr. House, which there's the first topic of craziness right there is Thoreau's character and what the hell's going on with that, you know?
Yeah.
So, I mean, let's go ahead, Mike.
Oh, yeah, I was going to say, like, just jumping right into it, like, the X-ray, like, if watching it on Amazon, you pull up the X-ray, he's not Robert House. He is mysterious. Like Justin Thoreau is mysterious man. Like that is what he's credited, or like in the subtitles, like
in the X-ray. But I think they've also come out though and said that he.
Yeah, he said he's Robert House. Yeah. But it's also just like, because there were two House brothers. Like, and I'm like, where are we going with this?
I speculated when I first saw it because Thoreau was talking about H&H Tools that perhaps he was Anthony House because that would be his vested interest. A guest you're going to have on later, Tunnel Snakes, she relayed that like Anthony House is both mentally and physically ill, so it's very unlikely, barring some kind of major retcon, that it would be Anthony House. And she was more on the term of like this body double situation, which actually ties into maybe why those chips were being used at the beginning. Perhaps that's what they're trying to figure out, is to control people to act and look like Mr. House for different things. I don't know. Again, speculating. But people are saying that Rafi Silver's character is the body double and Thoreau is the true House. And if you look at them, I would say 100%. And also Thoreau, and my wife informed me that he's a tremendous voice actor. Like he works a lot with voices. He nails that voice. When he's talking in the bar, it sounds like Mr. House. Like, and maybe it's not a dead on of Renee's voice, but it's like
but it's
very
so
similar. Like I thought he's portraying that character really well. Some people are a little dismayed at how he's being portrayed, but I think it's going to kind of I think it's going to come into itself. I think there's going to be more explained that will probably explain why he's doing the things he's doing more so.
Oh yeah,
Anyway,
there's a lot behind that character already in season 2 that we're already learning new things about the character that we didn't see in, like New Vegas, but it's fleshing out this character that we all know in a way that some people aren't fans of at the moment, but we got a story going. We got something that we got to tell, and I'm excited to see what's going on. Mike, what were you going to say?
Sure.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say like, oh, these people who are just like mad. It's just like, oh, I'm sorry, you're mad that the guy that you beat to death with a golf club in the game is getting portrayed poorly. Oh, like it's like I understand, but also like, man, like
Mr. House has a lot of nuance to him in New Vegas, and it's very easy for somebody to go through and be like, oh, that guy is evil. And I think there's a lot of people that don't want him to be characterized so like bluntly, and that's makes sense. And I also was put off when I first saw it. I was like, why would Mr. House have somebody beat somebody to death in the alley behind a bar? Like, what is, like, what's the, but again, if he's testing this brain chip and he's trying to figure this out, I think the Mr. House from New Vegas would not care about the human cost of life to get to his goal. Like, he wouldn't care about
it's an experiment.
Like he would be willing to crawl over anybody to achieve what he is setting out to do. So
he certainly steps on people, and I don't think that was hidden in New Vegas. And also, people got to remember that he also sends the courier out to destroy the Brotherhood because they were a simple risk in his plan. Like, and that's an entire faction, that's an entire base. It's women, children, everybody.
A big damn thing.
Yeah, no, he wipes a complete a complete society off of the map just because they were a slight risk benefactor to his one plan that he had. And so I don't see it being a crazy depiction of him, but I hope it becomes more nuanced because the character deserves more nuance than what we're seeing. And I think it will, because we have the brain chips, we have, and Justin Theroux has come out and said that he's really enjoyed playing this character, which to me means that they gave him a lot to do.
Yeah.
So yeah. And plus we got Post-War House to see too, because we keep seeing him in the teasers. So let's go. Like, what's going on after because they can go one of two ways. Either House met the courier at some point, because House would have tasked no matter what happens in the end of New Vegas, the House hired the courier to get the platinum chip, and the courier was ambushed in Good Springs. That can't change. I mean, I guess it could. They can retcon whatever they want.
Oh yeah,
but that has to have happened. So there has to be some interaction with the courier and Mr. House. So I'm curious to see what Mr. House is doing 15 years later. If, quote, like Bethesda said, everybody kind of feels like they won the Battle of Hoover Dam. What does that look like from Mr. House's perspective then? Yeah. If he's still alive, it leads credence. But I mean, the Legion is also still going. It looks like Culkin is either the new Caesar or the new Legate. He definitely holds some kind of rank. So, very curious.
I think he referred to himself. He's like, yeah, I'm just playing like a really crazy guy or something.
Yeah, crazy scientist type.
Crazy scientist type. Yeah.
Okay. Something along those lines. That might not be a verbatim quote, but it was something like that. And a lot of people before, but man, we see him in the trailer too. We see him dressed up. He's
in Caesar's regalia, and he's killing somebody in Caesar. And from what it looked like, because we did a whole breakdown of that trailer where we see it, and it doesn't look like he's in a fight with this guy. Like, he's staring him in the eyes while he's stabbing, and he's like, I'm
making an example.
Yeah, I'm making an example, or I'm doing this probably in front of people to show them.
Yeah.
Either making an example because I'm the leader and you fucked up, or maybe the Joker only had one spot on his team, so here's a pool stick.
Here's a pool cue. Okay. Have fun.
But yeah, it doesn't look like he was in any sort of. It wasn't like a fight, and he's
no, he wasn't. He wasn't. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he wasn't. This wasn't a a combat situation. It doesn't look like.
This was like in Goodfellas.
Well, he's very up close and personal to him too. Yeah. Like, he's like right in his face when he stabs him, which is another sign that that's probably the case of what you're saying.
Yeah, like that guy walked in there with him knowing that this is probably the last tent he was going to walk into.
Yeah. Probably.
Let's episode 1. So and I'm trying to remember. It started off pre-war, and it was the house scene. right?
Yeah, in the bar,
Yep.
they were
The
beating
bar.
up
They're watching Robert
beating up
House
the
on
general-
the TV, and then
yeah.
he's right
Mhm.
there, and they don't recognize that it's
It doesn't seem that they do because
Yeah.
fella said, "Oh, are you a fan of his? Are you a big
Yeah.
fan of his or something like that?" And then, "Oh, I'm the biggest because dude, Thoreau is killing it. Every time I think about it,
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, you're so good at this."
Well,
Yeah. So, like Tunnel Snake said on Twitter, I think, or X, whatever you want to call it,
it's
she's
fucking,
more than likely
I'll be
right.
cold dead in the ground before I refer to as fucking X.
mhm.
All right, man. Sorry, I didn't. I didn't mean to step on any toes.
I missed Twitter.
Okay, so I'll call it Twitter from now on here. But regardless, on Twitter, she had stated that she's very confident that it's a body double situation. And
Yeah.
that,
Yeah.
yeah.
Because I think
So-
if this was the same Mr. House that we saw in season 1, like in that scene, I think at the very least they would have re-recorded just the shots of him sitting at the table.
That's
smoking
what I.
the cigarette. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's
'Cause
what I thought
all they
too.
had to do.
Well, and
It
also
was just him in a
wouldn't
black
say.
room. You
They
know?
wouldn't have the subtitles say "mysterious man" and then
Yeah.
also
Yeah.
omit Thoreau completely from every X-ray. Like, it's not.
Like, yeah.
They're intentionally hiding. Like, they're doing something with it for sure. Like,
Mhm.
there's something going on. So, I think she's right. At first, I thought it could be Anthony House, either or. Like, either the guy on TV's Anthony House or House is on, or Thoreau is Anthony. But Tunnel Snakes made a better point about.
Yeah,
the
if he's
body
not
double.
going to be able to be in that type of situation. But the body double
perhaps.
idea is
Well, I mean, they can retcon whatever they
exactly.
want. though.
Yeah, unless they do like
Yeah,
a
So
big
they could be
retcon
like
that.
Anthony House is fine, like
Yeah.
because he has very little lore associated with him. Besides, I mean, like if you gotta try to honor at least what's there, but
But you'd think if they were going to retcon something like that, and one of them is Anthony House, one of them is Robert House, that means that they're working together in tandem.
yeah, and that's
So then
actually
why
the
would
biggest
why would
retcon.
then afterwards, after they're done with things, Robert House just erases the legacy of Anthony, something like that. You'd think
Yeah.
if
yeah.
they were if it was if
Well,
it
they
was
already hate each
one-
other, like in the
Exactly.
actual.
Oh, yeah.
lore. yeah.
Yeah.
They are
so unless
not
they're
fond of each
rewriting
other.
their entire relationship or making a
Well,
new
I thought
house
maybe-
brother.
When I first thought about the Anthony possibility, my thought process was maybe we're seeing the lead up to why they don't like each other. But again, maybe that goes back to childhood. But again, you can retcon whatever. So
Yeah.
like I thought maybe that's what they're leading to. But like I said, Tunnel Snakes made such a better point of because House would have a body double. He's super paranoid,
Mhm.
and that's actually one of the past devs, Chris Avalon, mentioned on Twitter as well. That he hadn't seen the episode, but somebody brought up the bar scene, and he was like, "It's wild to me that Mr. House would be out in a bar without the protection of Securitrons or security or whatever was going on, because he's super terrified of that. So he's a recluse,
Yeah.
So
He's like a Howard
I'm
Hughes
excited.
type character.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No. 100%. He's
Yeah.
90% Howard Hughes, and that's where they get the. Since we're Simpsons fans here as well, where they get the shriveled up Mr. House is from it might be. I don't know if it's a direct reference to the Simpsons, but they depicted Mr. Burns with long. If you can find the Howard Hughes pictures where he's he has really long white hair and he's super skinny and really long nails, and they depicted that in the Simpsons as well, with Mr. Burns being like Howard Hughes.
Yeah.
But if you look at the character model for Human House in the post-war, it's very similar to when Howard Hughes had his giant recluse meltdown, which was epic. But I mean, I don't think I was alive, and if I was, I wasn't old enough. I don't remember what dates he occupied, but apparently it was a very big deal. He was quite the celebrity. It wasn't.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So it had to have been a long time ago because his pictures are in black and white. So
if we're let's say we've got a body double and we've got a house.
yeah.
Do we think that Thoreau is the body double or Thoreau is the house?
No. The reason I don't think Thoreau's the body double is because we see Thoreau on the screen as post-war House. We don't see Rafi Silver as post-war House.
Well, that maybe not a body double, body double, and also this is the face. That's why we see him on TV. That's why he's out in the world. Whereas in the behind, when
Behind the
all the
scenes,
corporations are meeting, It's the real House who's actually
I
making
see what
decisions,
you're
and then
saying.
Thoreau is essentially
yeah.
he's House in public. So that's why you see him pre-war. That's why you see him on TV now. That's why you see this and this.
That's very possible.
And then it also could be if let's say he's out at the bar and he's trying to, he brings these guys out, and instead of, hit me in the mouth, let me see if I like it. All right, you little freak. But if they just kill him, House isn't gone because he's not the real House, and he can go out and kind of be that guy, and he can play it up almost like a like a Bruce Wayne type thing. Like Robert House is Batman. Completely. He is Bruce Wayne. He's the one out there making the scenes. You know what I mean?
The only thing that I lend my opinion to is how much more like Mr. House from the video game Justin Theroux looks than Rafi Silver, but that doesn't matter in this situation. So what you're saying, I think, could be possible regardless of that, because I think it's objective for me to say, oh, well, he looks more like him. But to me, he does, and he sounds more like him. But yeah, it could be, like you said, be that situation, because you would have then had the real Mr. House on the television talking to everybody with the Robco and all that stuff, because that's the image they know. And if they look different enough to be confused in public, where he's like, oh, are you his biggest fan? Then that could be the case. Why would you put the fake on TV? Because no one would recognize him. I don't know, but we'll see where they go with it.
Yeah.
But no, you could be right about that. But I do think Thoreau is the real House, but I think you could also be right. So,
like I said, I'm under the assumption that one's a body double or fucking Wild Stretch clone. We've seen
like a synth or something.
A synth or something like that. Like we've got I forget the vault name or which vault it was, the Gary vault.
Oh, Gary,
where they've got cloning.
38? No, it couldn't have been 38.
Yeah,
it was one something because it was it was in Fallout 3. But cloning does exist in the Fallout world. Yeah, no, and if somebody's gonna have the technology and the money to get themselves into that situation, it's going to be Mr. House. So, and that's like when you brought up Bruce Wayne, and it's actually a more apt comparison than maybe we thought, because Bruce Wayne's biggest superpower is having unlimited money for the most part. And Mr. House also has that superpower. So he can get a lot done just because he's got the money. Like he opened that trunk. He was like, it was like $30 million or whatever he said. Like he was just carrying that in a trunk. So just like the dude has disposable income. So yeah, I think anything could be possible with that guy. The cloning's not out of the question because of the access to wealth, in my opinion. So, right when we saw that scene, so it ends obviously. House is in a bar, and on the TV, these the blue collar workers are watching Robert House talking about tools and everything, and they're getting mad. And about
the robots,
replacing them, and then
that's gonna happen in real life too. Watch out.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. But then they bring him out back to beat him up after him being like, oh, you're not a fan, you're a construction worker.
I thought you'd appreciate
it. H&H tools. I thought you'd appreciate. It's like,
I thought you'd be grateful.
Smarmy motherfucker. Like, holy shit.
Dude, I love it. That's why Thoreau played the shit out of that role.
Yeah,
he does that so well. Like, did either of you guys
This is really my first exposure. No, this is my first exposure to him, and I'm loving it.
If you've got HBO Max, watch the White House Plumbers. Okay. It's a miniseries about the Watergate break-in. It's him, Woody Harrelson. It's so good. Yeah. Like he was on Parks and
Rec as well. I do remember my wife brought up he was on Parks and Rec, and I remember his character vaguely from that as well. But that's about it. I'll have to check that out.
Yeah, like if you want something kind of similar, he plays G. Gordon Liddy, so just kind of like some smarmy, knows better than everybody.
With the lore about Watergate.
We know what G. Gordon Liddy was up to. We know the man. Yeah.
He's playing the shit out of this role, whether he's the real Mr. House or not. He's definitely playing the role of House very well in the show. So far.
But the scene ends with him hit me, hit me in the mouth. Let me see if I like it. And then he gets hit. And he's like,
a lot of people had problems with that.
Yeah. But that still ties into this like recluse. This I'm better than everybody. He's like, this is something I haven't experienced. Let me try it.
Yeah, I've never been hit. Yeah, that's fair too. Yeah.
But then he pulls out. He's like, hey, here's $30 million. All I want you to do is put this thing on the back of your neck. And the guy's like, oh, I'm not going to do that. And then turns his gigantic bald fucking head for 25 seconds. And House just snaps this thing on the back of his neck, pulls a little remote, and it's a mind control, and he says, "Now here's a bat. Get rid of your friends." And I'm like, if I'm one of his friends and I see him hit one of them, I'm just running immediately. Why are you waiting?
Yeah.
But anyway,
Just
beats the fuck out of one of them. The other one starts running away, and he throws the bat and hits him in the back of the head, probably killing him too.
Spectacular. Spectacular.
Great throw. Yeah. Just great throw. And then House is like, awesome, good job. And he starts going to House to attack him. House turns up the dial, his head explodes. Beautiful effects. But I saw that, and then immediately I was like, oh yeah, in the preseason trailers we see that clip of Hank looking at a mouse, and then it explodes, and we were all wondering what the fuck that was. Now I think we know.
Yeah.
And especially by the end of this episode, we, when we get to Vault 24, we see, what's going on there. But yeah, it seems like that's something that he was working on before the war, and that's something that Vault Tech is still working on, is now working on in the modern day of the show. But we go from there to Lucy and the Ghoul, in probably just a scene that everybody is fine with. No controversy whatsoever at all.
It's my favorite scene of all time.
It's just everything's perfect.
I've been talking about it for days. I've been having a good time with this one. I'm not gonna lie. I've been rage baiting. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh yeah, I've seen.
Yeah, it's been really, dude. It's been really, really entertaining. Making like lore videos, acting like it never happened, and I'm just like, there's always been a pool here, and the dinosaur looks over the town, and there's people just getting so mad. And I'm like,
but we're at Novak. It looks like the Great Khans have taken over, and they have the Ghoul hostage. They've got him on the diving board at the pool. That's at Novak, and he's hung up, and they're talking to him, being like, "Hey, we're gonna kill you." Blah 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 blah.
Of course, it's always in the Great Khan's nature to sit there and address everything they're doing before they do it. That's why they're just one of my favorite factions, man. The little faction that they're always gonna be around. Can't get rid of them.
And
they
never
never win.
The guy that he's talking to, like the guy that seems in charge, you look at him, you're like, how did you get to be in charge of that? You look like the Ghoul.
Yeah, it's Nick the Prick. That's his actual name, Nick the Prick. Yeah.
But
I don't know if you have to. By the way, I don't know if you have to censor that on YouTube, Prick.
No,
I actually like. Okay.
Hey,
I always have to watch out for. I was gonna say I always have to watch out for that on my channel with like monetizations, and I think they get mad about that one. They don't like that one.
That's weird. Okay.
I know, but that's his name. I'm just saying his name. Like it's not even that bad of a word. It's weird. That's like why Prick? That's weird.
But one of the things that the Ghoul says. Let me pull up my notes here, just because I typed something out. He says, something about like, oh yeah, I haven't been here for about 25 years, and wasn't there was like I remember a gift shop, and I remember the woman in the gift shop. She was nice.
He said that.
He says something along those lines.
He said there was a lady you used to be able to buy like cold soda pop from or something like that.
So there's this problem I have, and I think maybe my brain is breaking. I'm not kidding, and I think I'm figuring it out right now on stream, not stream, but on the podcast here with you guys. So I'll watch something like the Fallout show, right? And I sat there and watched it. I was seated. I sat there and watched the whole thing. I was very engaged. I was watching it, but then like people keep telling me things that happened. And like I see like a picture of somebody like I don't remember that at all. So I don't remember him saying anything. Like I don't remember him saying anything about that. Okay, so he made a reference to Jeannie Mae then, I'm guessing?
He made he made a reference to I remember being here like 25 years ago or something, and there was a nice woman in there, and she sold me ice cold soda pop. And he's like pointing at the the gift shop.
Oh man, I need to rewatch it. Oh my god, I can't believe I missed that.
But then I looked. I just wanted to make sure because I knew this happened. Obviously, the show is the latest thing on the timeline, but it's about a 14-year gap between when New Vegas ends and the show starts. So, if it's 25 years ago, she very well could have been there. Like the person that we met in New Vegas very well could have been there for about 10, 20 years before that.
You're actually. For sure, and you're actually opening up a little door that I was curious about. Him saying that he hadn't been there in 25 years probably is when we see Ghoul Cooper interact with post-war House, meaning that Ghoul Cooper probably went into the Lucky 38 before the Courier, which is a major retcon to New Vegas, actually, because the
Is it?
Courier is supposed to be the only one who went into the Lucky 38. But I
Okay,
think
no,
they
yeah.
say in years, so maybe we can say, oh, in 20 years, no one, or however, it would have been like maybe 5 years. No one's been in it, but like if you, as soon as you exit onto the strip from the Lucky 38 in New Vegas, everybody stops what they're doing and said, "Oh my God, somebody actually went into the Lucky 38." Like, it's a very big deal. So I'm wondering what they're
It
going to do
also
with it.
very
But it
well could
sounds
have been
like,
that nobody was there for, the people that are there have never seen anybody for the past 10 years or so that they've been there.
yeah, I was going to say timelines are incredibly short.
Yeah.
You're not living. It's a day-to-day life. Let's put
Yeah.
it that way in the
Yeah.
Wasteland. So that's a very good possibility too. I'm just curious on what they do with that. Because you saying that, I didn't catch that he said that, but you saying that makes me think that maybe he met House maybe 5 years before the events in New Vegas. So whether or not we want to talk about that being a retcon, it's still interesting to see, like, oh, he had business with House before the war,
Yeah.
post-war, and now he's coming back again. They have big history, so that's
And
gonna be interesting.
Mike, I don't know your thoughts on this, but it seemed like when he was talking to, we'll get to the scene in a moment, but he's talking to Lucy about Robert House, and it almost seemed like he was talking about somebody who's still alive, somebody that he knew, like that he knew of pre-war, but he's like, yeah, anybody around Robert House isn't safe, as opposed to nobody around Robert House was safe before the bombs dropped.
Oh yeah, no, like Cooper's smart enough to know, like, obviously, like, the wealthiest man in the country, the man who was in the room, like, there's no way he didn't also do what Lucy's dad did. Like, he has to be alive.
Yeah.
Like,
Just
some
in a
way.
different
Like, that is, like, that knowledge, that fact is just seared into Cooper's brain. Like, however it happens.
They put out in this time, season 2 video today on their social medias, and it shows Victor interacting with Cooper. And in my opinion, if Victor is still active, House in some way would have to still be active too, because it's kind of like his proxy.
Was that
because Victor can inhabit
that video?
any
Was that
Securitron.
not just on? Because when I watched the episode the other day, that was at the end of it. Like that was like a
Yeah.
At the end,
They just
released it separately
elaborated
today.
Yeah, and then also little longer clips of each scene as well.
Okay.
So like there's like a longer clip of House talking in front of the monitors, a longer clip of Victor interacting. And then some of the stuff that was in that, I think they were just promoting this season.
We're going to talk about that at the end here. Trust me. That's
okay. Yeah,
There's
I
a
didn't
lot
mean
of
to
stuff
jump
in there
ahead
that we're
of
going to be talking about for the
Mm-hmm.
season. Yeah,
because it's just, but it implies, because
Yeah.
you guys are talking about House being alive. If Victor's still around, though he can jump between Securitrons, his essence, I think, is tied to House.
Yeah.
And they kind of coexist, if I'm remembering correctly. So,
but one thing, so we joke about the Novak thing and how, the dinosaur moved and there's a pool, but I've got a scientific reason as to how the dinosaur moved. Okay, can I show you guys? I brought a prop. Is that okay?
oh shit.
Sure.
Okay, so this is Rexy. Okay, Rexy's a dinosaur. All right.
Yes.
Well, I want you to look at something down here. These are feet.
Feet? Oh shit. Means it could be anywhere.
Look at that. He turned. He's got feet.
Oh my
That's
god.
how dinosaurs turn. Simple.
My god.
I'm glad that we could, clear this up. Yeah, he's being strung up by the Great Khans, and he says the code word before they actually drop him as he's talking, waiting for Lucy, because we then see her up in Dinky's mouth with a sniper rifle to shoot him down, and they're just like, shut up, and they hang him, and he just keeps yelling at Lucy, and she's up there being like, thinking, we're not entirely sure why. Then she calls to the Great Khans and is like, hey, hi, I'm up here. Can you settle a debate between me and him? I thought of this, he thought of this. Maybe you could let him go and I could just keep the caps that you gave me. And then all hell breaks loose. And then, that's when we get, she shoots the shot, he drops down, and then he's back in the fight, and we get Big Iron on his hip.
Yeah.
Just a great fucking scene of just violence. God, all the violence, all the beautiful, beautiful, beautiful bloody mess.
Yeah, they
violence.
gibbed everybody out. Yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah.
He definitely has the bloody mess perk.
Yeah, but you see Lucy shooting people in the leg, shooting people in the butt, and then the ghoul is just like, no, that's not what we're doing here. because she is still of the mindset of people can be good.
Yeah, vault dwellers have the innocence about them. They don't know.
Yeah,
they're slow to learn. It seems about the Wasteland.
But we get them leaving. They've got the caps and everything. They're with Dogmeat, who I don't think he's actually he's not called Dogmeat in the show. He's got the code.
Is he not called Dogmeat in the show? That's what I call him.
That's what everybody calls him.
Dogmeat.
Yeah,
but I think he's got he had like the experiment name because he was with the doctor in season 1.
So that makes sense. Maybe Cooper will eventually rename him Dogmeat. It'll be like a moment.
Because I know he refers to him as Dogmeat in season 1. When he
that's
leaves him behind. But he says I'm gonna leave you here because your dog, something like that. So we see them walking towards somewhere, trying to find Lucy's dad, Hank McLean, who at the end of last season we saw him in a suit of power armor at Griffith Observatory, jumping out of it because you don't have fall damage in power armor. We all know that.
Nope.
And then we see him walking towards, and the last thing we see of Hank McLean is him over the ridge.
Walking.
There's New Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And
what's Hank been up to?
What's Hank doing?
And the show and the show starts, or the season 2 starts just a little bit before that too, because we see Lucy and the Ghoul making their way. Oh, maybe I'm just thinking of the trailer. I was just thinking like we see Lucy and the Ghoul hitting Vegas, but we saw Hank hitting Vegas. So yeah, never mind.
Yep.
It starts it correctly. For some reason, I thought they went back a little bit to show their journey to the ridge, but yeah, it was Hank that did it. And then he stepped on that guy too.
Yeah, that was a great fucking visual.
Oh
yeah, they're walking by and they're seeing the giant power armor steps, and then there's just a dead body just bisected there.
Just a dude.
Yeah, pretty wild. And Fallout's always been known for that kind of silly aggressive violence, where it's like it's so aggressively, out there that it stops being offensive and becomes funny and enjoyable. And that I think is one of those scenes where it's like, oh, you just stepped this guy in half. That's a very Fallout looking corpse that they found.
I also think it plays into who Hank is now. His entire thought now is like he's like, okay, my secret's out. I'm Vault-Tec. Our mission is to, no matter what, we're going to make sure we're going to take the world back or something like that. And anything else in his way, he doesn't give a shit. So there's a dude standing, whether or not that guy was alive or dead before Hank was walking, instead of moving around him, Hank is just like, nope, that's where my foot's going. Okay.
Yeah.
And then just keeps walking on, doesn't do anything about it. It's just like, this isn't you're not part of my plan. You do not matter.
Yeah. And now I assume that they're implying that he stepped on him to death. That's what I'm assuming, right? I mean, that's what it looked like to you, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean...
Okay, I was going to say, maybe, there was a fight and he got split in half, but it looked to me like he had, walked through him.
He got stomped.
I don't think if the man was alive when Hank got there, I don't think there was a fight. I think, if anything, the man was sleeping, and he was just in Hank's way.
Perishing in the desert.
And Hank didn't want to, he's just like, I'm in fucking power armor, I step on you, I'm not going to get stopped at all. It's not like I have to do anything of my own volition to keep going. No, just dead, and I'm trying to think of, because we keep cutting between, we see Hank, we see Lucy and the Ghoul, and then we keep going down to vaults 32 and 33 and 31, we
gotta go check in on what's going on in the vault trio there.
We see vault 32. We see Reg going into the overseer's office, essentially just being like, "What do I do now?" And she's like, leave,
fucking shit up." As they're trying to figure out the water chip problem.
Yes, back to the water chip that we heard at the end of season 1.
Great reference. Love it.
Yeah, it wasn't even the end. There were still 3 episodes after that. It's just by the way,
when it happened in season 1, and they were like, "Oh, the water chip is broken." I was like, yeah, oh, that's obviously a great nod to Fallout, but then it didn't come up, and I thought, oh, maybe that's all it was just, hey, water chip's broken, but then it's just fixed behind the scenes.
They're still they're still trying to figure it out. and there's Reg just not knowing what to do, just fucking things up.
Yeah.
Revealing that he has a PhD in event planning or something ridiculous.
How?
And
Who's
I'm just
giving him
like,
a PhD in the vault?
Oh,
and I said out loud,
I feel like you could probably have those systems in place in the vault because they have like the goat test in Fallout 3. So there's classes. Oh, and we see in Fallout 4 they always have. But I mean, like at the college level, I think they would probably, not be as in depth as we have today. But
yeah,
no,
extra
like
courses.
But I just that also like him announcing that he has like a doctorate in something insanely useless is just like, what the hell are these people thinking they're gonna do when the door opens?
Yeah.
It's just
their
like,
idea
oh, my
is
sweet
they
summer
reclaim
child.
the Earth and everything. They're gonna make everything back to normal and what it was pre-war.
Oh man,
It's
then we
the
also-
idea
but
of,
it's just that
Vault
like night.
Dwellers.
Yeah, oh man, that I just love. Like I always forget. It's just like, oh yeah, the Vault Dwellers are just like these naive, lawful good, like like please and thank you, and it's just like that's not like you're being plunged into a world of like chaos.
Yeah,
nobody's gonna say thank you.
Yeah, like not every Vault Dweller would maybe be that naive, but most of them are raised that way. They can't help it. They can't break that. And I think Lucy does a good job of showing that in the show.
Yeah.
So,
but man, like swinging wild like a mere Norm.
Yeah. Then we go back to Vault 31, and we see Norm once again still alone with just suitcases of food that was meant for after everybody wakes up, just strewn across the floor, and he's apparently eaten all of it, and he's running out of food, he's running out of water.
Yep.
But his only saving grace at the moment is that Bud cannot go downstairs. Which I love that his weakness is that he's a Dalek from the original Doctor Who series.
Yeah. I just like it popped on and I'm just like, oh shit, Norm, and then they go over to Bud and I'm just like, god damn it.
Yeah. And
just
so I think we can we'll talk about like most of it here momentarily, but with Norm, he's stuck in Vault 31. At the end of season 1, we see him in 31. He learns what 31 is. It's the like the cryo chamber place for all of Bud's buds, the management of Vault Tech.
The ultimate expression of vertical integration.
Yeah.
As Bud says.
And then he can't leave because Bud closes the door, and he's like, yeah, if you want to live, go get into your dad's cryo chamber, and I'll wake you up when everything is good to go. But obviously, understandably has not done that.
No.
So he is just now in his. He's got his vault suit top down. He's got his arms out, and he's just fucking. He's getting swole. He's getting a little swole.
He's on a cut right now. We get it.
He's on a cut.
Looking good, buddy. Looking good.
But we kind of keep going back and forth with him. So we'll come back to him. But he's essentially just talking to Bud, being like, what the fuck do you want me to do? And Bud's like, yeah, you can get in the cryo chamber, or you can come let me hit you with this, and you'll die a lot quicker, or you can starve to death.
Just every time he would mention, just like, I could take care of that for you, just like a little bit of liquid squirting it, just like, man. It's just like, this is terrifying, but also, like, insanely unserious. Yeah. Like...
That's Fallout, man.
Yeah.
That's the vibe,
I love it. Like, this is the whole interaction with Bud, it feels like this is, like, the most wild Wasteland thing that could possibly be happening. Like, you were being like... A brain in a jar that can't go downstairs has locked you in a vault with him.
So when he was talking about like, hey, you're out of food and you're out of water, and Norm keeps looking over at him, I was just like, is he just gonna like break open Bud and drink this brain juice?
I thought he was gonna eat the brain. I'm not.
I'm just like,
that's literally what I thought he was gonna do.
Yeah, I was looking over it and I'm just like, hey Norm, that's like 3.5 pounds of soggy bacon floating around in a jar there, buddy. You can get in there.
There's water.
That'll get you through a little while.
And then maybe you
got everything you need.
And then we go to Vault 33.
32.
So, which one's which?
Reg is in 33.
Yes. Okay. Sorry.
32
Yeah.
was the
Reg
one
is
that had to go,
33.
yeah.
32 was the one that was raised, and then 31. Okay. So yeah,
Yeah.
33 is where we see Reg. Then we go to 32, and we've got new overseer.
Yes, Steph,
Steph,
our one-eyed friend.
Harper.
Yep. And that one goddamn guy just like complaining that he has to turn right instead of left.
Yeah, it's very, once again, this goes into like what Mantis, what you said about the vault dwellers and how, some of them are very naive. This guy has been in the vault his entire life, and he's been in 33 his entire life, and he's like, oh yeah, I go this way and this way, this way. And now he's got to go right instead of left, and it is his biggest problem in the world.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't know anything else.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what I was gonna get at. He like you said, he spent his whole life in the vault. He's become a character of routine, like you do in the vault. It's very routine for some vaults. Obviously, we've seen vaults that are far from routine, but for his particular vault, routine was king. And now instead of, most people would get acclimated to having to take a different turn. Obviously, this is the joke of the scene, but he just can't. He can't fathom that possibility, and I like that because, like you said, it shows more of the characters of kind of how vault dwellers function when they're isolated from the real world for their entire lives. And this is an older guy too. We're looking, he had white hair, so he spent maybe 70, 80 years in the vault. And so this is an extreme routine that he's managed. So it does, you kind of feel for the guy, but you're right. He's a little annoying.
Yeah, it's very much. Go ahead, Mike.
I was about to say, I love how like they throw him in for just like part of a scene somewhere, and then you don't see him for like another episode.
Yeah.
Like you're getting just enough of him, and it's just like,
you're getting just enough of him to show Overseer Steph already annoyed at not being able to use the terminal, now having to deal with, now as the Overseer, now she's got to deal with these complaints, and then Chet is there with the baby, who she's not named, apparently.
Nope. And Chet's just like the
people
whole
are calling him
thing.
Chet Jr., but I'm not his dad.
They keep referring to me as your husband, but I'm not.
Yeah.
And they keep saying I'm this child's father, and I'm not. And also, could you give me a job?
His job is now to watch Chet Jr.
That Chet sounds pretty needy, if you ask me.
Right? Come on, man.
She's just trying to do her job. This guy,
honestly,
with all of his problems, figure him out, man.
But then she asks, this was interesting. She asks if Chet is any good with computers, and he's like, "No, that was Norm's thing." Mm-hmm. And then he leaves, and she is trying to do something on the terminal and just not able to do it. And it's just like, oh shit, is this whole thing about to come?
It's very odd because she's pre-war, meaning that when she was alive, like before everything happened, she must have been at Vault-Tec and she must have been using a terminal. Yet now she has no fucking idea what a goddamn keyboard is. Probably doesn't know what letters are, apparently. Doesn't know how to use a terminal. And she apparently is just super violent. What the hell was Steph before the war?
Yeah, like, what is going on? And this is like, is this related to the fact that she had, like, her eye ripped out and took some blows to the head? Like, what's going on here?
Was she cryogenically frozen?
Yeah, she was from Vault 31. Because remember,
every
last season...
Yeah. No, I just have like I said, I have a hard time remembering certain things. I've forgotten that because you said she was pre-war, and I was just confirming. That's actually interesting, and that's a good point you're making. Because she would have had extensive exposure to these devices, almost to the point, perhaps in the Fallout universe, terminals weren't used as common because, like, we all sit in front of our computers all day today. Yeah. But maybe they aren't doing that so much in the Fallout universe, so they're more used for work, and so she didn't have that interaction. Well, I don't know, but
I mean, I hear that, but then a little bit later on, when we see Hank find like the Vault-Tec headquarters in New Vegas, he walks right into a room and it's just desk after desk after desk of terminals,
and he gets very excited.
But honestly, depending on what maybe she was at Vault-Tec,
Yeah.
you're right. Maybe for whatever reason, the job that she was doing was not on a terminal. Maybe she was doing
Yeah,
something else.
because well, I mean, if she's that inept, I doubt
Yeah.
Vault-Tec would have assigned her to a terminal job. But at the same time, what I believe Mike you might have said it, that it could be related to her getting,
Yeah.
severe head trauma
Yeah.
from
Yeah.
all of her incidents here.
Yeah.
Either or, But it is certainly interesting that
Yeah.
she's having so much trouble with it. You're right.
Yeah.
I didn't even think about that because I forgot she was pre-war when I was watching it.
Well, this is also... My dad taught me this at a very young age when I was complaining, like, when I just started working about my boss. And he was just like, oh, yeah, like, you're going to learn, like, you're going to see this more and more, but, like, people are promoted to the point of incompetence. Like, they get put into a job where they're not good at it, but they're stuck there. Like, they can't go any higher, but they're not going to get demoted.
Yeah.
So it's just like, did Steph just get, like, promoted to a point where it's just like she can't actually do whatever the hell it is she's supposed to be doing? But
Like,
nobody wants to...
Was she just there essentially the whole time being...
Yeah. Like, yeah, was she just that person who just kept getting promoted, but nobody knows what the hell they do or who exactly they are? Like, what? How the hell did she get here?
And once again, like, we see her, like, playing with the knife, and then when Chet is asking about the baby, she just stabs it into the desk. To the point where when he leaves and she's taking it out, she has to use force to take it out because she's hit it so hard. Like, what was Steph before the war? Because at the beginning of season 1, she's pregnant, she's Lucy's best friend, and we see she's just this nice woman. And now we're in season 2, she's the overseer of Vault 3032, and maybe it's the head trauma. We don't know.
Who knows?
But yeah, the vaults are still going on. Oh, and we see Reg starting a support group for people of incest.
Yep. And man, that was a great scene.
Did it have a name?
Oh.
Starts a support group for the offspring of incestuous relationships.
Yeah.
And
that
there's
couple
the two ginger couple that is sitting next to each other. They're like, yeah, so we're going to change the rules, right? And he's like, what? No. And then she just gets up. She's like, come on, brother, let's leave.
Yeah, like held hands and stormed off. And it's just like, okie dokie.
All right.
But then that lady in there just wolfing down the snacks.
Yeah.
Oh, God, because that was the thing. Like, after the overseer at 33 was just like, maybe you should start a support group for people. They've been through a lot. And he's like, well, I'm going to need a snack budget.
Yeah.
It's just like,
send it to me and I'll approve it.
My man understands how any good meeting works.
Yeah. All right. More, we're back in... Let's go back to Lucy and the Ghoul walking through the desert. They stumble across a flea soup vendor.
Amazing.
And Lucy's like, maybe she's seen Hank walking around. Maybe she's seen my dad walking around, but we'll have to buy something to talk to her. So give me one bowl of flea soup. And gives her the caps, and she's like, okay. Woman walks over to this boiling thing of water and just shakes out fleas from her own head into the water.
Yep.
And I was like, this is so gross. It's Fallout. It's...
And I'm just like, I'm sitting there like, what was I expecting?
Yeah.
From this?
2 caps, though. Not bad.
2 caps,
No, that's
it's
a deal.
good deal. Yeah, it's a good deal.
Yeah.
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 Also,
She's
probably
not,
protein.
she's not overcharging, is what I'm saying.
No, she's not.
Like she's not ripping people off, and I
No.
can appreciate that in the Wasteland.
Greatly appreciated.
Well, she's trying. She's using literally. Yeah, actually, I respect her now that I think about it. She's using the resources at hand to make what she can to give back to people at a small charge. And like I said, she's not even. She could charge 5 caps, and I think people would still be paying for it. So.
Oh yeah.
But Lucy asks, hey, have you seen a man walking by in power armor? She says, yes. He took my son. If you find my son, tell him he still ose me money. If he's dead, take his money, bring it to me. It belongs to me.
That's my money. Those are my caps.
Money. That's my money. Yeah, when she said that, my first thought was, oh yeah, no, he's already dead because that's the guy that he stepped on.
Yeah, I kind of got the same vibe too. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, that's probably like
got a footprint in
relating
him.
to that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm guessing so. You know, like they don't concrete say that that's the case, but I feel like that's alluding to those because we see that scene and then she talks about her son being dead. And it would make sense that he looked like he could be the son of that old woman.
Yeah.
Like, you know, it wouldn't be out of the.
Yeah, he was kind of ratty.
I got
It
that
looked
vibe
like-
too. Is all I'm saying.
Yeah.
They continue walking, and just if I'm getting things that happen in the episode kind of in the wrong order, apologies.
Yeah.
I think story wise we're kind of telling everything in order, but just as they get shown in the episode. Yeah, and I think at this point we probably go back to pre-war and we see Cooper Howard running home because it's right after he's heard what is happening there. War never changes. We can drop the bomb. And we see the shot of him going into his home pre-war, seeing his daughter, hugging her at the door, saying, "Go get your 3 favorite sets of clothes and your favorite toy. We're gonna go to Bakersfield." And they're in the car. They're driving. She's like, "Where's mommy?" And he says something like, "Oh, she'll meet us," or something, like lies to his daughter. And as they're trying to drive through the neighborhood to get to Bakersfield, we see the direct reference to Fallout 4 right there.
Yep.
Beautiful.
The Vault Tech
by the way.
vendor who
So good.
probably, let's be honest, that was supposed to be Todd Howard, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's what I thought immediately.
Yeah.
Because Todd, well, the only reason it called to my attention was Todd had brought up a few times, or at least once, and people covered it, that they had offered him a cameo spot and he refused it because he said he was better behind the camera rather than in front of it. And then I saw the Vault Tech salesman, and then he looked at the camera, and I was like, that had to have been because if you play Fallout 4, the character's modeled after Todd Howard in Fallout 4 as well. At least it's very similar.
Yeah.
But some people were saying perhaps Todd thought that was a little too on the nose, so he didn't want to do that role specifically.
But
I think he should have done it. Honestly, I really think he should have done it. I would have loved it.
That's a perfect cameo for him.
Yeah.
Because he's very well known. Like, as Fallout fans, you'll see him and you'll be like, first, oh my god, that's Todd Howard. And then, oh, that's the Vault Tech vendor from Fallout 4.
Yeah.
And then it's like,
and then it makes you chuckle a little bit too, and you get the joke of he sells for Bethesda as well. He gets on stage and he sells for the game.
Yeah,
so it's all very tongue in cheek, and it would have been really cute. And someone very hilarious definitely must have pitched that from Amazon or from Jonathan Nolan's camp. Someone hilarious must have been like, and we should get Todd Howard to play that, and Todd just didn't want to do it. Bless him though. I mean, that's his decision. I think it would have been really funny, and also like you said, the absolute perfect place that he could have done it.
Yeah, because that's not a character that is gonna, you think that's not a character that's gonna pop up again. That is it's a one and done. It's a very memorable, it's a very memorable. Oh yes, I understand the reference. I understand that's Todd Howard. I get it. We're done.
Yeah,
I'm not expecting to see him again.
Yeah. I think it would have been really cute. And unfortunately, if that was it, now again, I'm just speculating that was it. I have no actual proof that
oh yeah, of course, just all speculation.
Yeah. But it's just I remember him saying, "Oh yeah, I turned down this cameo. I'm better behind the camera." And then I saw that scene, and I said, "Man, I really would think that would be like you said, the perfect opportunity for him to have done it."
But as they're driving, he's got the radio on, and he hears them announce, "Hey, we're about to do a test thing to test. We're going to test the sirens and everything. Don't worry about it." Yeah. But the sirens in the neighborhood go off. Everybody starts freaking out because nobody's listening to the radio, and he's trying to yell, "Hey, it's a test! It's a test!" And I don't know which there's a vault in the game, and like the lore is essentially the reason that nobody went to the vault is because they did so many test runs that when the actual alarms went off, nobody believed it. And I don't know which.
I think there would be some half truth to that, unless of course what you're saying that it was like stated explicitly. But we always do see lines like in Fallout 4. We see the line to 111. There's people trying to kick down the gate to get in. They're very worried about it. So I think probably some people, much like when the test happened, and we see it in the show, everybody started freaking out. I feel like there would still be people that would probably freak out. But you know what? Now the more I think about it, I do remember hearing as well, oh, but they tested so much that nobody took it
Yeah.
seriously.
Like once the vault actually closed, or like once they realized it was real, they went to the vault and it was already closed or something.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember. You were also trying to remember the source of that. I'm trying to remember the source of that too. So if I do think of it, I'll say it.
Yeah,
But off the top of my head, I don't remember the source of that. But I do vaguely remember hearing that as well.
Mike,
But
are you trying to look it up?
No, like I keep
Apparently.
hearing like no, there's a car honking outside. I'm trying to figure out like is my car
Oh.
alarm going off? Is it my
I was gonna
idiot
say, we don't hear
asshole
that.
neighbor?
Yeah.
Yeah, no. Yeah, so like if you see me just like looking off, it's because things are happening. Like I'm having a party you can't see. So
Well, I'm sorry having to deal with that.
yeah, it's just
Ooh,
only a
but,
couple more weeks. Only a
hold on,
couple more weeks.
I think this happens before he. Actually, maybe it is before he goes to get his daughter. He meets up with Moldaver, pre-war,
Oh yeah.
and she's essentially like, "Yeah, you heard, He's like, "I heard what she said," and she's like, "Yeah, so now you believe me." She's gonna go to Vegas. You need to go with her. She's going to meet up with Robert House, and he's like, to meet Robert House, and Moldaver's like, not to meet Robert House. And the idea is go there and kill Robert House.
Yeah.
And you need to go with
And
your wife and get on that trip with her. And he's like, I'm not going to go spy on my wife, which is exactly what he said in season 1. And then he did it. Come on, Cooper.
Yeah.
Come on,
I just
man.
love that she said, like, he's just like, I'm just like some movie star. Like, why is he going to sit down with me? And she's like, oh, well, celebrities, like celebrity is a very important thing. Like, it will get you in rooms and at tables that most people could not get into.
Yeah.
Just like she is.
This also.
She is. Yeah.
Sorry. I didn't.
Oh, yeah. I was just going to say, like,
trying
she
to
is. Yeah, it's off. We talked about this beforehand. Like, this is just going to happen. This is how these podcasts go. But no, like, she is, the fact that she can see all of this and is just like, oh yeah, no, like, I need Cooper to accomplish my goals and to unlock things that he doesn't fully seem to understand about himself. He's like, he knows he's famous, but he doesn't understand, like, yeah, man, being a famous dude actually will get you into places of power. Like, you just see yourself as just like, the guy on the billboards, the guy in the movies, but it's like, no. They'll let you in. They'll listen to you. You just gotta say, I would like to come in and talk.
You can be in the room where it happens. The room where it happens. The room where it happens. Mantis, were you going to say something?
I was only going to further the connection between Howard Hughes and Mr. House because Howard Hughes was also very celebrity obsessed.
Yes.
And we see in New Vegas, he has Jane the Securitron, but there was also a Maryland Securitron that was cut from New Vegas. And these were modeled after celebrity girlfriends that he wanted and or had. Mr. House, that is. So I think Cooper would pull weight with Robert House because much like Howard Hughes, celebrity was very important to him. So
yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we see that, and then I think that's when it goes into him picking up his daughter, them going and hearing the things, and then he does make a reference, I believe, that they're going to Bakersfield, and I think some light bulbs went off in some people's heads, being like, oh, they went to Bakersfield, and that's why he's a ghoul, because like the Bakersfield vault was ghoulified, but. Then something about but you think back to season 1 when he's there when the bombs fall, they are in Los Angeles, and then they leave on a horse.
Yeah,
like you wouldn't be able to get to Bakersfield.
It's actually really probably not. Well, I'm not going to sit here and act like I know the topography of California, but
it's a few hours by car.
Oh, okay.
From LA to
Then no, probably not. Like,
yeah,
to get into the vault in time, probably not.
Yeah,
because the bombs are already dropping.
But
I think a lot of shows kind of take those types of liberties, so it wouldn't surprise me if that does end up being what they eventually say. What you're saying is like, oh, he's in the vault in Bakersfield, and and we're certain he's in Los Angeles at the beginning, right?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, because like
it
they're
explicitly
that's-
says
they're
it?
looking
Okay.
over Los Angeles.
The LA. Okay, I'm
Yeah.
just making sure that like you
Yeah.
couldn't say like, oh, he was like in Bakersfield and you could just see Los Angeles, but I guess it's 2 hours away, so you wouldn't be able to do that.
Yeah, unless they could just be using the map from the game. Because we all know like the map in the games is like a very condensed version of an area, which is why you take 20 steps in West Virginia and now you're in Ohio because you cross a bridge. In 76 stuff like that. So very, very well could be something like that, or that's just that was just like a, hey, we're throwing out the name Bakersfield. Once again, it's a little Easter egg.
Little nod.
Yeah, but we still don't know how he became. Obviously, we know how he became a ghoul, but we see him outside, out in the wilderness when the bombs drop, and he's on a fucking horse, and we're gonna have ghoul horses. I swear we're gonna have ghoul horses at some point here.
Give me the ghoul horse.
Oh, give me the ghoul horse. Where are we at? Yes, I think the last really big thing here is a couple really big things. Is we've got Lucy and the ghoul finding their way to a vault, and it is Vault 24.
Mm-hmm.
And Tunnel Snakes did a little video on this about how Vault 24 is actually cut content from Fallout New Vegas. So they're actually pulling things from the deeper cut lore for Fallout to make this as cohesive as possible in canon. But there was something, and I don't know if I may have honestly just looked away, but do they see a billboard of Cooper Howard?
At the
No, they see a man and his dog, which is a boy and his dog reference.
Yeah, because the first thing they do is they
Cooper
get
Howard.
to the Starlight Drive-In.
Yeah, and
it's a man
there
with dog
is
on the marquee.
Yeah, and they are in the test, like the emergency warning test. When Cooper's out there yelling at everybody, he gets out of his car, and then they do this sweet pan, and he looks up, and there's him.
It's him, Vault Boy.
Yeah, on the Vault Tech billboard.
Yeah.
So man.
But he's everywhere pre-war, which just kind of we need to and they'll explain it, but his daughter seems to be the same age now, in the show, when they're before everything happens, and then she's the same age when the bombs drop, but he is now a disgraced former actor doing these cowboy shows.
Mm-hmm.
So how far apart are these two scenes? How does his fall from grace go so quickly? Where if she, you
I think he probably decries Vault Tech and they ruin his career.
Yeah, but is it that quick? Now he's doing these.
I'm sure it's that quick.
Well,
but,
I mean,
go ahead, sorry.
I was about to say. Well, remember at the the rap party, he's talking to Matt Berry, about what they did, and he's just yeah, man, nobody's taught. They're both nobody's talking to me. Nobody is offering me anything. So it just seems because he was on set filming that movie and then went to do the Vault Tech shoot. So it just seems yeah, man, that quickly Hollywood turned on him.
Okay.
So work dries up, then suddenly you get pretty desperate. So sure, I'll go be a cowboy at your shitty kid's birthday party. As long as that check clears.
And then people are still being hey, do the thumbs up thing. I'm just the only reason I ask is because
they say that antagonistically too, which is very important. That they know that it's mean to do it
because it's just so shit, and
that's how disgraced he is. Though is what I'm getting at is they know that's a barb at him when they ask him to do it.
Oh yeah,
they don't just want to see him do it for fun. Is what I'm getting.
No,
at.
It's they know hey man, this thing ruined your career.
But the reason that you're here is because my stupid kid liked your movies.
And my kid likes you. I don't respect you.
Yeah.
Do the thumbs up, asshole.
Okay. Yeah, we'll see when that comes up. Yeah. But yeah, I thought I remembered hearing something about her. She says I think she says something "Oh, you were a fan," and she doesn't realize that he's the same, that he's Cooper Howard from pre-war, or that he was pre-war.
Yeah, because she grew up watching the movies in the vault
Yeah.
and with her dad, and I'm very excited for when she finds out that that's the same person. Like I'm like, I want that reveal to go really well because I'm invested in that. I'm investing in Lucy's storyline with finding that out.
And we see them. I think this is probably once again getting a few things out of order here because things are popping back up. Before they get to Vault 24, they get to or they see New Vegas and how it's still standing. And she's like, "How is that? Still standing?" And everything else isn't. And this is when Cooper tells her Robert House was there and he had the money to knock down pretty much all the missiles and save it. And she says, once again, very naively, well, if they could do that for Vegas, why couldn't they do that for all of America? And he is just like, there was no they. It was him. It was his area. Because once nobody's safe around Robert House.
Yeah.
Okay. So we get to Vault 24. And this was like a weird thing because they're not friends.
No, like they are traveling companions.
Yeah, they've got a common goal.
Yeah.
So when they get to Vault 24 and they need to use the Pip-Boy to get it open, he just forcefully grabs her arm and he's like, "Come over here and open this." When she, I think she was very much going to just open it anyway, but he's like, "I need to get in here because we're following your dad. We saw footprints going this way."
Also, you literally left me hanging. I'm still kind of pissed off about that.
You know what?
Like,
That's true.
feels like it's two things. Like, he knows that she is not fully grasping the gravity of the situation. And also, like, goddamn, like, you left me hanging. I needed you to, not do that. Because then I had to hold a ruptured fusion core up to my neck to, heal me. And then throw it in a goddamn bush as we were walking away.
Oh, is that what he did?
It's what he had something that, it was a green glow, so I'm just assuming it was, radiation that, healed up his neck. Because it wasn't just rope, it was also, it was rope and barbed wire that they had him strung up with. So...
Mantis, did you notice that? Because I was watching a friend's stream earlier, Scruffy23, great streamer. He was playing Battlefield 6. He was actually going into Fallout 76. And he said, he's like, I'm going to, because I said we're recording this today, and he's like, I'm going to say something. I'm not going to say what it is, but for you guys to talk about something I saw. I saw a fusion core, and I have a lot of questions.
Yeah.
And
my wife immediately questioned it too.
Is that so? Did he have was that a fusion core that he was holding to his neck?
I don't know. It definitely looks like one. It definitely 100% looks like one. But I've never the way all of it worked. You wouldn't it's almost like it sprayed something, and fusion cores don't do that.
Yeah, that's why I said a ruptured something where it was actively leaking radiation. But
shotgun a can of beer or something like that, one of those instances. He punctured it and. But
hey, Lucy, give me your house keys real quick. I want to show you a cool trick.
Yeah, but I don't know what that was or what he was doing.
And then to just casually discard it in a bush. It's what the fuck?
Yeah, no, I have no idea what that was. My wife asked me directly, she's like, "What the fuck was that?" And I was like, honestly, I have no idea. So I'm interested to see, hopefully that gets explained, because if it's an already existing item, that's cool. I just want to know what it is and what he's doing with it. But if it's a new item, I'm even more interested, because what is this? And why is it beneficial? Clearly it was seemingly almost like a stim pack where it was, I think, healing him, or at least, revitalizing him. So I assume it has some kind of healing properties for at least ghouls. I don't know. Very interested.
I've got the episode up right here on my screen. I'm watching. Yeah, that was great. He grabs it's the scene where at Dinky, and he grabs the grenade, puts it in one guy's shirt, and then pushes him into the other guy and pushes them into the pool, and they blow up. That's awesome. Okay, what's he got to his neck here? That's a fusion core. That is a fucking fusion core.
Okay. All right.
Okay. Damn.
Yeah.
And it's
I'm gonna have
it's
to
like
look into this
glowing
big
on his
time.
neck.
I'm gonna have to look into this big time because I don't
Yeah.
know. I mean, I guess they would. Yeah, they're
I-
okay. Okay, so they are radioactive little
Yeah.
nuclear fusion cores. So
Yeah.
maybe that radiation hit is keeping his ghoul. Because like they have this new thing where you have to drink ghoul juice or some shit to
Yeah.
not go
In
feral
76.
or whatever
Gotta-
his.
Gotta
So like
huff
maybe
something.
yeah. So
Yeah.
maybe this high exposure to super concentrated radiation like jacks him up. Maybe it's like a form of chem for him that
Yeah.
like.
What we can do.
Because I can't remember anything like that in the lore. I don't think I've never seen a ghoul use it that way. Let's put it
No,
that
I've
way.
never seen
I've
anybody
never
use
seen
it that way.
anybody
Yeah.
use a fusion core for anything other than power armor
Yeah.
or the guns that require that for ammo.
Yeah,
So, like,
Like,
it was
what is
wild.
going on?
So much so that I didn't think it was. I didn't even cross my mind that it was a fusion core when he did it because I was like, that's not how you would even use that. So,
I love how the three of us are just like, Mantis, you're like, what the hell is that? And I'm like, it kind of looks like a fusion core. And then Robert's like, oh, that's a fucking fusion core. Like,
Yeah,
this thing came full circle real quick.
and that's good on top of it. Because no, I don't know either. Are you looking up like the lore behind fusion cores?
No. What I'm gonna do here, I'm gonna
going
actually.
to.
We might cut this little bit out.
Okay, so
That's a fusion core.
I mean, so here's a picture. I'm gonna post a picture of a fusion core just so we have a visual reference to look at.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude, that's definitely
That's a fucking fusion core.
Yeah, no, that's definitely. So I'm
Huh.
on the wiki page right now of fusion cores, and there's nothing about that being mentioned.
Nice. Look at the
So
look
this
at the
is
bottom.
new
That's
lore.
that's a yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely a fusion core.
100%. Yeah.
But there's no existing lore of this helping
Yeah.
ghouls with anything. But it makes so much sense because it's just concentrated radiation. So he's
Yeah.
just using an object that already exists in a new inventive way
Yeah.
that nobody in Fallout has
Mhm.
ever even thought of before.
Well, yeah.
to
Look like
fucking
you look
do.
at his neck. You look at his neck here, and
Yeah,
then as
and then
he's doing it, it's like healing him
It
because
super
he's-
heals him. Yeah,
Yeah.
well, because ghouls are healed by radiation.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, that's fucking stellar. What a good. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then yeah, just
That's actually super clever, man. I'm not even gonna lie. Like that's
Dude,
fucking
that's great.
because I've never, and I'm even on the wiki page, like I said, never have I seen any alternative use for a fusion core, especially to that measure. That's cool. Whoever thought of that, I think is very. You're thinking outside the box, and I like that a lot. That's really
Yeah.
neat.
Yeah. Okay, that's what Scruffy was talking about with the fusion core. Okay. Because
Hell yeah.
I completely missed that little scene. Okay, so they are in Vault 24 following the steps of Hank. We also have seen Hank make his way to somewhere. We don't actually see where he goes to. We don't see exactly where he goes to. But when he gets in there with his credentials, turns all the power on, it's a Vault Tech something or other. But it's a Vault Tech like a management place. And it's pre-war. He makes a little thing of coffee in the power armor, which I loved, by the way.
Yeah.
He goes and makes coffee, and he's like pouring it into the little glass in power armor, and he's like,
That is a damn fine cup of cider.
And I'm just like,
coffee.
take off the power armor, man. Like, this is going to be way easier if you do it without the power armor.
but then yeah,
I've been really
we get,
liking his character during these scenes that are coming up right here, where he's walking through there and looking at his suits and pouring coffee. It made me like his character more than I did before.
like you can tell he's like, oh, I've missed this so much over the past 200, not 200 years obviously, but since I've been awake, I've missed this so much, and he's just. Yep, I deserve this. I'm going to walk in, I'm going to take a shower, I'm going to take a nice hot shower, I'm going to take a look at all of these suits, I'm going to put the nicest suit on, I'm going to get the Pimp Boy 3 billion and put that bitch on. And just perfect.
The Pit Boy 24K.
It's the Pimp Boy 3 billion. That's what it is. Okay?
Yeah, I thought it was similar too. I put out a video talking about how I was like, hey, this is probably a reference to the Pimp Boy 3 billion.
Yeah.
But people pointed out that it's it doesn't match a whole lot. A lot of people were like, they feel like it's a gift from Vault Tech to Hank for being a loyal employee, and it's like a gold like a gold watch or like a Rolex you would get from them.
Yeah.
The thing
Yeah,
is, yeah,
like-
I don't even think it's. I don't think it's his. Like, I don't think it was a thing to Hank. I think it was just it's there and he needs a pit boy. Might as
Yeah.
well grab the gold one.
Yeah, I mean, why wouldn't you?
You know, because
Yeah.
it's there's so many. Once again, like as we said, like there were lights coming up, and there's so many desks there, and there's so many suits. There's all this stuff. So that really does seem like we built this place for after the war. This is where the Vault Tech, like this is where Buds are going to come to rebuild the world.
This is where you're going to come rebuild the world. Thank you for your service. Here is your gold Pip-Boy. So I imagine all of the Pip-Boys available there might be the gold one.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Like,
that could definitely be the case.
It also seems like this place this place was sealed until Hank got here.
Yeah.
Because there's no dust covering anything. Mm-hmm. There was no like debris. So like this place was sealed up and Hank is the first one to get there. Oh, and maybe that's it. Maybe whoever gets there first gets the gold Pip-Boy.
I've speculated in a couple of people. I've also been sharing that they think the theory holds some ground as well about it being in New Vegas. House lets Sarah Weintraub keep the gift shop above Vault 21, but he fills the rest in with concrete. Yeah. And a lot of people are thinking that perhaps we're seeing the part that House filled in with concrete because it's so untouched and it's such a large facility, and that's what he was trying to hide or something. Very interesting theory, and I'm stoked to find out where he is, because even if it's not that, I'm still curious on what is this place.
Well, I mean, it wouldn't, because if that's the case, then he wouldn't have actually filled it with concrete. He just blocked it off essentially.
Like filled the hallways with concrete.
Yeah,
you wouldn't need to
fill
fill
it with concrete.
Just any entrances, filled with concrete.
Yeah.
And Hank, I mean, nowadays with power armor, maybe just punch his way through.
Yeah.
Or
maybe like House knew about it, but there's obviously an entrance somewhere that Hank and maybe Buds knows about to get in there, and either House didn't know about it or left that there because the public facing side of it is gone. He wins it. He puts the concrete because he wins it. It's after the war that he gets Vault 21, right? Because they're living together, and their whole thing is that they settle everything with bets, and then he wins the vault in the bet.
Well, I imagine, I mean, you know what? I think you're right. I imagine that he would have something to do with it pre-war as well because of how much control, and
because it's in New Vegas. Yeah, it's on the strip.
Yeah, because it's on the strip. But I do remember there being a thing where, because everything in that vault is left up, like you said, to gambling, and so they gamble, and it's like, if this side wins, their point gets across. And I think the ultimate thing was, do we let House do what he wants to do? They did I
think it's like, do we open it or not open, something like that.
Yeah, and then House's side won, and then he was like, all right, I'm gonna go ahead and seal this up. So I mean. But maybe Vault Tech just had a giant facility down there, and House then discovered it and was like, okay, we'll seal this up for later. I'm not sure, because we never know what's really down there. So if they start jumping into that territory, that'll be it'll be very interesting, because it's always curious to find out, especially in video games, what's behind this blocked door that I can never get to, you know what I mean? And then if they show you, it's kind of neat to get hints at least. But we'll see. I'm excited to find out where it is.
Yeah. I believe kind of the last big thing we see here is Lucy and the Ghoul enter Vault 24. Am I forgetting something? They enter...
There are a couple important things that happen to round out this episode.
Okay, but are they in Vault 24? Or is there anything before we get to here?
Oh yeah, there's Vault 24, and then back
and Norm.
in Vault 31.
Yeah,
and Norm back in Vault.
Oh yeah, that's kind of important, I guess.
Norm, his friend, the brain in a jar.
Yeah. So, I think I don't remember what happened. Whatever. Let's talk about 31 really quick.
Well, no, we could do 24, because what happens is they go down, and Cooper says something to Lucy as they're taking the elevator down, but they go and they see, he picks up and throws her a hat, like with a big red star on it. And she's
Yes.
like, what the fuck
Yeah.
is
They see that at the before they even get in the thing, and it's like the communist.
Yeah, the communist, like the Chinese, like infantry hat, and then they go down, and it's just like, oh, fuck. All these, like, what was going on here was they were forcing people to watch, like, communist propaganda.
Yeah. This was the Clockwork Orange Vault, turning them into communists.
Mm-hmm.
Because why?
Yep, but then...
For what reason?
Yeah, who knows? So many of the experiments just seem to be like, well, what the fuck would happen? It's like, this is a hypothetical question that should not, like, exist outside of this bar, but okay. No, but then we hear just like, hey, Sugar Bomb, and there's...
No, so what we see, like, they're walking around, they're looking at things, and I think he steps on a Sugar Bomb, like a thing of cereal, and they kind of follow it, and they see an open box of Sugar Bomb cereal with a light on it.
Yeah.
And that's what
and then
Hank used to call Lucy. And then you hear,
and then,
hey, Sugar Bomb.
Yeah, just some random Wastelander strapped into a chair.
Yeah.
And just, ugh.
And this is Hank talking to them through this guy.
Mm-hmm.
And once his message is done, turns out he's using the mind control thing. He turns up that knob, this dude's head explodes. And then Cooper picks up the thing, and I think he recognized it, or at least he knew to look for it, maybe?
Or he just, like, when somebody's head explodes, you kind of know what to expect,
but
then
you're
there's just this thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think he was just, and then he asked, like, you ever see your daddy use one of these? And I don't think Cooper even, like, fully grasps what the hell that is.
But we also, when Hank was looking at things, he finds the miniaturization of this device. So he sees, like, the different things. And I think at that part of the vault, there was debris, and there were, like, bodies and shit.
Yeah, like, there were people whose head exploded. But I just love that they had all of those in, like, an acrylic case.
Yeah.
From largest down to smallest on their own little, like... I'm like...
it looks nice.
You know what? I appreciate that, That's nice.
But hey, Vault-Tec's anything but not professional, all right?
Exactly.
They got their shit together when it comes to presentation.
Exactly.
See, this is what management is about.
So we've got those two. This is where I think this is where we end with Lucy and the Ghoul for the episode. Is them finding Vault 24, finding this experiment, finding apparently the flea soup vendor's son, because that's looked like that was him, or it looks
it was somebody.
I'm assuming that's who that was, because that was a Wastelander that was down there, and she she's like, oh, he stole my son.
It was somebody not from a vault, that's for damn sure.
Yeah. Did we did we see them? Did they get the caps for the woman? Did they get her money?
I don't think so.
Did they raid the body? No. That's kind of
no.
She asked for one thing. Come on.
There were so many things where I'm just like, there are so many things you could open up and get stuff out of, but all right, I guess that's just me and my, like, item hoarding ways.
Yeah. Whatever. And then I forget which one was the last thing, but the last thing we'll talk about here, back in Vault 31.
Yes. This was what it closed on.
Yes. Bud is still, tormenting Norm, and he's like, I can make it quick for you, or you can hop in the thing. That's the only way you're going to survive. And before that, he has, like, the bottle, and he's getting drips of water from one of the like the cryo tubes, because it's dripping a little bit of water, and that's his only source. And he's like, yeah, you're out. You can get in here. I can make it quick. And he's got the thing, and he's like, or it can do something else. And we see him. We see Norm get up, go up the stairs, just kick the vial. Why didn't you do that to begin with, Bud? You could have done that this whole time.
I think it was also like, I think Norm knew Bud wasn't going to do a damn thing with it.
Yeah.
So it's just like, sure, have this.
And then he goes up to the control panel. Bud's trying to get to him, and then he just puts a foot on the dome so that Bud can't move forward. What is he exactly what he says here?
Something about chaos.
I'm trying to look for the line, because he mentions I can't do order, but chaos is easy.
Yeah, chaos is easy.
And we also see Hank when he's in the Vault-Tec building somewhere. Checks into his terminal. You have 462,311 unread messages. He says, "Let's get to it," because he's management.
God damn it! Yeah,
He loves being a manager. Cup of coffee. Gets out of the. Come on, Forbes. Gets out of the mech suit and cleans up. Come on. Get your head out of your ass, Forbes.com. God. Finds a yo-yo because he's very happy to find a yo-yo. And then we see him leaving a message for somebody, but he doesn't necessarily
intercomming
say,
somebody.
Yeah, he doesn't. He's not like, thank you, so and so.
Yeah, but like,
who do you guys
he
think
clearly
he's leaving a
knows.
message for?
I think the show wants you to think it's Mr. House, which makes me want to think it's somebody else.
Yeah,
because it could have been the shadowy figure we see overlooking all of Vault Tech. That would make more sense. But
that's where my mind went.
Yeah, but I mean, immediately I feel like the show's trying to make you be like, oh, like he's trying to report to House. Maybe I got the wrong vibes, but that's how I interpret it when I very first saw it. I was like, oh, I wonder if he's trying to call House.
Yeah.
He leaves this message about how, hey, I'm here, I've made it, I've got everything working again. When we're all done, we'll talk about my promotion.
Yeah.
You'll be begging me to help you.
Yeah, it's just like, all right, buddy, this very bold move for a junior executive.
Yeah.
Especially, like, when he said that, and it's just like, man, either, like, you're very big for your britches and you're talking to, like, Robert House, or there is some other shadowy thing over this, because,
yeah,
man, you're not talking to anybody left alive in my playthrough.
When we got the flashback to the Vault Tech scene, when we see, the other Robert House, it does prominently show them, the shadowy guy looking down at them.
Yeah. So, like,
maybe that's Enclave something. But yeah. Anyway, we're in 31 with Norm. He's at the control panel, and he's like, chaos is easy. And Bud's like, what are you doing? And he's like, I'm gonna wake all these people up.
I'm waking everybody up.
And my thought was the way that those cryopods were set is they were like on a wall like this, and I was like, whoever's in these top ones, that thing's gonna open. They're just gonna fall out and die.
That's gonna be rough for somebody.
Yeah. But we end the episode. Lucy and the Ghoul are on the track for Hank. They're in Vault 24. Hank is in whatever Vault Tech place there is, just doing his thing. The people in the vaults are trying to live their lives as well as they can. And Norm is waking up all of Bud's buds into this world after they were, or well before they were supposed to be woken up. And yeah, that is the end of episode 1. And then we get the teaser for the rest of the season. And who wants to start on this? Who's got, because I have a line that explains something to me very clearly.
I don't remember the teaser.
Fair enough. So, it's just a teaser of, hey, this is going to come up on, in the season. Mantis, I think you posted, did you post something earlier, like, was a Deathclaw getting into the Lucky 38?
It looked to me like it was the Lucky 38. Somebody said that they thought it was Gamora, but it looked to me like the Lucky 38.
Okay.
Because it was rounded. How the way the Lucky 38 opens up, that there's like that rounded area and then the door is behind it. It looked like that kind of a situation other than the flat entrance. Again, architecture can change in the show, so you never know. But that's what I thought it was. So I could be wrong, but that's what it looked like to me.
Yeah. But the thing that really stood out to me there in that, hey, this is what's coming up in the season, is we see the shot of Kumail Nanjiani, whichever character he is, flying in on the vertibird. He comes out and he's like, oh, there's a civil war happened. Where was my invitation? And at the time, we're like, what exactly does that mean? But then I forget their name. One of the characters, like from the first season, it cuts to them talking to, I think, Maximus or somebody, and they just say, the Commonwealth is going to kill us all.
Yeah. Oh.
Is that civil war? Are we getting the Commonwealth with Robert Maxson coming to Vegas?
With Arthur Maxson.
Arthur Mac. Yeah, sorry.
No, it's all good. I just was making sure that there wasn't one like a different character I wasn't remembering or something. Like, wait a minute. I don't know. I mean, if Arthur is still with us, I mean, a lot can happen in, I think it's like maybe 10 years since Fallout 4 with the show. Fallout 4 takes place in like 2287.
Yeah, because 2282 is when New Vegas ends.
Okay. So I think Fallout 4 is 87.
Let's see here. 2287, yeah, is when Fallout 4 begins, and then the show takes place in.
It's 2296.
Yeah.
So we have a bit of time. Anything can happen between that. How do you say his Kamal? How do you say
Kumail Nanjiani?
Kumail Nanjiani. I always have a problem with it.
Yeah.
So his character, maybe he's playing Maxon.
He's wearing the Maxon jacket that we see.
Yeah, and I've been speculating that
all the Maxons wearing.
And like, and I understand that other Brotherhood people could wear that jacket, but to hear the Commonwealth is going to kill us all, and then you also have this presence of a character seemingly from that faction wearing that exact jacket.
Yeah.
Maybe that's who he's playing. And if so, then it'll be cool to see reoccurring characters from the game show up in the show, and I've been waiting to see them. And if that's one of the cases, bring it on. Let's do it. If not, who knows who's leading that Brotherhood? But it's likely to think that Arthur Max would still be in charge, unless something horrible happened to him, and maybe he got exposed for being a cyborg, and his years of hating synths made everybody become mutinous towards him. I don't know.
Yeah.
But
it's that line. When we saw it in the trailer before the season started, where it's like there's a civil war happening. Where was my invitation? We're like, that's weird. But then seeing the character say the Commonwealth will kill us all is like, oh, so the Brotherhood of Steel in this season, for the most part, is dealing with its own shit. Like, we're not going to be. It feels like we're not going to be seeing them interact with everybody else as much as we did in season 1. Where at the very end, you get the Brotherhood versus the remnants of the NCR at the observatory. They're going to be busy dealing with their own Brotherhood of Steel shit. Except for Maximus, because then we see Maximus later on, like in some of those other trailers, with Lucy and the Ghoul on, like, at Freeside. Mm-hmm. But then, we see that, and then we also see Thaddeus with a group of kids.
Yeah. Like, he's teaching them?
He's teaching them something? Mantis, you had a theory about this as well, like, because I'm pretty sure I saw it on your. Facebook.
I questioned if it, because if in New Vegas, if you go to Nellis, there's a lot of like little classroom areas like that with a bunch of the kids. You can end up giving them like skill magazines, and it's like a quest that they reward you with different things if you give them skill magazines based on like their personalities. Like, so one of them's like, I want to be a superhero, and so you get them like a Grognak or one of the super Manta Man or something like that skill book, and then they're like, oh my god, and they get really inspired, and they give you like, it's a quest reward, but you have to have a higher charisma to start it, so a lot of people never really get it. I think regardless, I think you do anyway. That doesn't matter. So I questioned in my head, oh, I wonder if he's at Nellis, but then somebody on Twitter replied to that and was like, well, I see a lot of bottles, so maybe they're at like a bottling plant for like Sunset Sarsaparilla or Nuka-Cola or something like that. But I'm not sure. That was just the first thought that I had.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess Thaddeus getting into Nellis would be quite the feat for him to do, because Nellis isn't exactly, welcoming to newcomers. So
yeah, I mean, maybe the courier changed their minds. I don't know.
That's true.
Maybe
because at the end of that quest, they were far more open to everything.
Is the New Vegas ending? There's a New Vegas when it goes through like these people did this, these people did this, these people did this. There is in the ending, they do talk about the boomers if you interacted with them. New Vegas endings. Let me. I'm just looking it up here.
They're like a minor major faction, is what I'd call them. Like, they're not a super major faction, but they're more major than most.
So the boomers. Let's see.
having the surrounding area under like being able to be under artillery barrage, it's like, okay, yeah, like you're not gonna do anything, but you could definitely be a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
Like that is
So
my favorite thing about the boomers.
if you complete Volaire, it's a side quest in New Vegas. That is, that's where you kind of work with the boomers and stuff. It's where you reach Nellis Air Force Base and assist them with a bunch of problems. Getting 40 plus reputation with the boomers. Speak to Loyal about the lady, blah, blah. Locate the crash B-29 at the bottom of Lake Mead. Interact with the highlighted areas. I think this is when you, to get them their anti-aircraft weapons or something like that. But yeah, if you do that, most of the other endings end up with the boomers essentially opening up with, and kind of trading with the, like, if you work with the NCR at the Battle of Hoover Dam, then they get trading relationships with the NCR, and then wandering out to the Wasteland.
Thaddeus could just kind of walk in there at that point, yeah.
Yeah, like it seems like they're still not really...
Again, it's all speculative.
Yeah, like it seems like they're not really keen on letting people into Nellis, but they're not as outwardly hostile. So it's curious. I'm very curious to see how much, like you said, bringing things in from the game, like if New Vegas is quote unquote canon, which they've said it is in this show, then you have to have somebody had to talk to the courier. Somebody had to have dealings with the courier. The courier might still be alive somewhere. Mm-hmm. Benny's probably not, unfortunately, but
no, tragically,
yeah. But yeah, anything else in that post-credit scene for the rest of the season that we want to bring up?
We see Victor extendedly.
Yep.
Yes.
And
yes.
That to me hints that, at least I think that's either in the teaser or in a different teaser they just put out. But we see Victor talking and interacting with Cooper, I believe, as the ghoul. That to me hints at House also still being at least somewhat active, because I feel like I said earlier, that I feel like they're kind of proxy to each other. I could be wrong about that, but I feel like they kind of coexist in a way. So it gives me hope that House is still functioning the way we see him in New Vegas.
Let's see here. Yep, Thaddeus. I've got your Facebook post up here. Thaddeus could be at Nellis with the boomers. None of the kids are wearing flight jackets or the jumpsuits, as we said. Yeah. Why is Culkin stabbing a member of his own faction? Kind of mentioned that here. Oh, could we see him as a Legion deserter? Okay.
Yeah, but then, but as we opened up today, or it would have been before the show, it seems more likely that he is making an example out of one of the Legion in front of a group of people. But they talked about Culkin in a really big way, which made me think he was going to continuously be a part of the show. And it looks like the Legion gets pretty messed up on their way out, because we see a lot of scenes of the fort getting just decimated with explosions. So I feel like maybe is he going to start accompanying the ghoul and Cooper and Max? Probably not, but I'm interested to see if they're going to do more with him than just be somebody that ends up getting defeated, in an episode. So we'll see. But you guys had stated at the beginning, it does more seem like a public execution of an insubordinate than it does maybe trading on the deserting.
Yeah, an insubordinate, or just like an insubordinate, but not even, maybe they didn't even do anything wrong, and that's what's kind of his shit, where he's just executing people because he's just showing power for no reason.
It feels like it was something major enough that warranted, but not as bad as like failing to take Hoover Dam.
Yeah. Because you've got to think that if this is, obviously this is taking place after New Vegas, no matter what happened at the Battle of Hoover Dam, it's probably been long enough to where most of the major people that were in charge of things are dead or just, out of power. But then again, maybe they're building up to a third battle of Hoover Dam And we're just going to do New Vegas again.
Why not?
Why not? It's fun.
I'm not going to argue.
Yeah, I mean, we've got. I think we've got everything in the episode covered.
Yeah.
Once again, it's the first episode of the season, so there's a lot to unpack, and I think the next. I don't know. Hopefully, every episode has this much to fucking unpack, but there's a lot. We're coming back to these characters. We didn't see Max at all in this episode. We didn't see the Brotherhood at all in this episode.
No.
We didn't see Thaddeus at all in this episode. We didn't see the chicken fucker anywhere.
Yeah, which makes me really think that, like, we're going to see a lot of, like, the Brotherhood as, like, its own separate storyline.
Yeah.
And then towards the end, it's going to cross back over.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. It's a lot. Mantis, what do you think, what are your quick predictions for the rest of this season? From what we know right now.
I think that Area 51 is going to be a hotspot for Brotherhood, which is why I think they're all kind of gathering there for their quote civil war that they're gearing up for. And we see in some of the trailers actual engagements happening between the warring inner factions of the Brotherhood, and I think they're probably going to end up fighting over whatever's going on at Area 51, which maybe we'll see a reference to Zaytans because of the lore of Area 51 and like the conspiracies. That'd be neat. As a little Easter egg, it'd be fun, I think. But I think we're going to see the destruction of at least a big portion of the Legion stronghold, because we see tons of explosions happening at what looks to be the fort. After apparently Lucy and Cooper encounter them. I think we're going to see that there's some kind of body double situation going on with House. And in my personal theory is that the one that we've been seeing on television, like Rafi Silver's character, is the body double, and the Thoreau is the real House. You had an opposite take on that. But regardless of who's who, I look forward to seeing what happens with that whole situation, what they do with the body double thing. I think we're going to see this big history between Cooper and Mr. House and see how explosive it really is, because we see in the pre-war, Mr. House is like, oh, you came here to kill me, didn't you? So they clearly have, they clearly know what's going on. But other than that, I'm just excited to see the strip. I'm excited to see the condition of everything. I'd love to see more locations from the game. I'd love to see reoccurring characters. I thought maybe that deep voice that we heard in the very first trailer was Marcus, and I'm hoping maybe he makes an appearance. Maybe Raul. Just a little nod to New Vegas through a character I think would be neat. But yeah, that's about it. Yeah, on my end.
This is going to be a bad, like, I think a good comparison, but also a bad one, because those were shit and this isn't. It's almost like season 1 of Fallout is the first Resident Evil movie, with the Mila Jovovich one, where they're like, it's in the universe and we're giving you, like, we're telling you some things and like making references to the game, but it's its whole new thing. And now that they've got, like, okay, it's a hit, we're doing more. Now it's like, okay, now we can bring in the stuff from the games that you remember. We can bring in New Vegas, we can bring in Victor, we can bring in Mr. House. And I think they're probably, I feel like they're going to lean into that a bit more. And I don't think Mr. House is going to be the only character that we see from the games. No. In the show. I do think that we're going to get help, maybe on their travels, Lucy and the Ghoul find their way to Good Springs. They find their way to Prim before they get to the New Vegas Strip. But I think we're going to see stuff from the games, like directly from the games in season 2. Yeah, but that's just my thought. Mike?
I just had this thought, and I think it makes me laugh, makes me giggle. Norm, after escaping and sending Buds on whatever the hell journey that they're going to undertake, he's like, "Oh, I gotta go find Lucy and figure out what the hell's going on." He starts making his trek over, and he somehow winds up at the big MT and is stuck there with more fucking brains in jars.
Okay.
I just think that would be hilarious.
It's like, I escaped. God damn it.
What is this shit? No, that would be super funny, but no, I would love to. I mean, I doubt they would even really get into this, but just like, I mean, like, yeah, the courier, like, obviously he did something, but also the other courier, Ulysses,
Yeah.
like, he did really influence, like, kind of how things wound up the way they were. So I think it would be interesting to see, like, if they could weave in, like, oh yeah, like, here in the Divide, there was this guy who was just kind of out here doing his thing, like, wearing this duster with the American flag on the back, but
Yeah.
we haven't seen him. So,
Well,
yeah,
there
yeah,
we go.
like,
Ulysses in season 2, played by Lenny Kravitz, aka Bama from 007 First Light,
Mhm.
coming out in 2026. This entire
Yeah,
episode has been
looks cool, though.
sponsored by Bama.
It does look cool though.
He looks cool as shit. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
good.
No, when I saw the game, I was like, you know what, Lenny, like you're killing it with this.
Yeah.
I enjoy what you're doing right now.
When he walked out on stage, I was like, holy fuck, it's Lenny Kravitz. He's
I was
here.
watching at home. And I just like looked up like, is that Lenny Kravitz? Hold on now.
But Mantis, thank you so much for joining
Yes.
us on this first episode.
No, thank you.
I mean, I'm assuming 98% of the people watching this are going to be watching it for you, and that's totally fine. For the 2% who might not know who you are, probably should have done this at the beginning, but just, quick, go ahead and plug everything that you got going on. Everything that you do.
Yeah, well, I'm just on YouTube, TKs-Mantis. They'll have my name, I'm sure, in the description at least.
Yeah.
And I'm over on Facebook and all of them. I'm on Facebook and X, even though Rob doesn't like calling it X. Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. I have all those, and I like to post memes on the other stuff when I'm not making lore videos or fact videos. So if you're into that kind of thing, obviously feel free to stop by. Love chatting with everybody.
Oh yeah.
And honestly, yeah, I think I got turned on to your stuff by Mike, actually.
Mm-hmm.
When we were
Cool.
probably like early
Yeah.
on in our podcast, we were doing some Fallout stuff, and he was like, yeah, this, for lore, look at this guy on
Yeah.
YouTube.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate it, man. That's cool.
No
Thank you
problem, dude.
for
Yeah.
suggesting the channel. That's neat.
Oh yeah. Like,
It's a really nice feeling when somebody they trust you enough to be like, oh, check out this.
oh yeah.
For lore, No, so thank you very much. I appreciate that, Mike.
Welcome. Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, TKs-Mantis on YouTube for like the lore videos, on Facebook and everywhere else, to see like more. And I think like
Yeah, it's
quicker
just
thoughts,
memes
like memes and
and
stuff.
Yeah, quite like
yeah.
you said, you pulled up one of the tweets where I was kind of breaking down what they put in the trailer. I do stuff like that, or rage bait people about the Novak's Dinky the dinosaur. Just little things
It's
like
got
that.
legs. Just
What's fucked up is I don't have my webcam, but I have an actual replica Dinky
dude.
from Bethesda. They're limited edition too. I have 152 out of 800.
This
but,
is Rexy number
I thought you were about to
427 out of I think 500. So,
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
But I wish I could show it on camera since we keep referencing it.
Send
you were
me-
about to
if
say,
you
like,
send
yeah,
me
I
a
got, like,
picture of it, and I'll just
150
put
of
it up
them.
on screen right now.
Okay, yeah, I can do that.
Yeah.
1 second.
I mean, yeah, you don't have to do it right now. I'll just do it.
Yeah.
In
Oh,
post.
well.
Yeah.
Well, all you're thinking of it,
Yeah.
But yeah.
It's too late. I already did it.
That's fine.
Oh shit! It did the flash. That flash. Okay, you know what?
You know what?
We'll keep it. I accidentally. I'll send it to you later. Yeah.
Yeah, perfect.
We'll do it live.
All right. TKS
Yeah. Well, because I
Mantis.
tried to send it, but yeah.
Oh yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. Well, thank you.
God, I'm
No,
gonna
thank
keep
you,
saying
man.
yeah.
Anytime.
Jesus Christ.
It
Yeah.
was. It was very cool. I really enjoyed talking to you guys, and
Oh yeah.
and I appreciate you reaching out big time. It means a lot.
Yeah, and like I said, we'll
Problem,
if you want, anytime you fucking want to, hop on. Join us for an episode to talk about Fallout stuff, Starfield, anything not even that related. Hell
yeah.
at the very least, I will hit you up if not beforehand in April or probably March we do a yearly Story Mania episode during WrestleMania week.
Oh, cool. Yeah,
Where
that'd be fun.
what we do is we have like, we reach out to, our friends. You're our friend now. Sorry about that.
Oh, okay.
yeah.
No, that works.
Yeah, we reach out to our friends and we're like, hey, give us a wrestling match, and then
X-Pac versus Steve Blackman.
keep that in
Okay.
mind. Give us a wrestling
Okay.
match, and then give us the corresponding video game boss fight and why you think they're kind of connected.
Oh, that'd be fun. Okay,
You know
right
what I mean?
on.
So
yeah.
so
Yeah,
keep
be
that in
fun.
mind for a few months.
I
and
will.
then-
I will.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh,
All right.
man. Awesome. Well, we will see you
Hell yeah.
guys next week for episode 2 of what this is. Oh, did you come up with a name yet, Mantis?
Oh no, I didn't. I wasn't even thinking about it.
That's
my
fair.
mistake.
Neither was I.
I'll brainstorm it. And I'll send one to you if I think of one.
There we go. See us on next Tuesday for episode 2 of this, and then every Thursday for new episodes of the Storymoders podcast. And keep an eye on our YouTube. Go ahead and drop us a sub on YouTube if you're here for the first time. Hi, welcome.
Yeah.
There was probably something that you saw earlier in the episode that a little ad or whatever that I posted in there. But yeah,
Whatever.
drop us a sub, and we'll
Yeah.
see you all next week. Bye.
Bye.
To the town of our free rode a stranger one fine day, hardly spoke.